The Kentucky summer air hung heavy with humidity, and the sky had the look of a storm that hadn't quite made up its mind yet. Amy Slaton sat on her porch swing, barefoot, one hand wrapped around a sweating mason jar of sweet tea, the other scrolling through her phone. Behind her, inside the small but warm home she had built for herself and her two boys, Gage and Glenn, toys were scattered like confetti after a toddler's birthday party. She wasn't supposed to be this nervous. Amy had been in front of the cameras for years now. She'd shared her highest highs, marriage, pregnancy, and her incredible weight loss journey, and her lowest lows, arguments with her sister Tammy, postpartum depression, and her rocky split from Michael. But this was something different. This was personal in a way reality TV rarely got. Her producers had been circling her for weeks, asking if she'd be willing to address the custody situation on camera. Rumors had already been swirling online, TikTok edits, Facebook fan groups, even the occasional Instagram gossip post hinting at a big change in the Slaton family dynamic. And Amy knew, if she didn't tell her side, someone else would. The day of filming, the crew arrived early. The familiar hum of vans and the clatter of tripod legs on her driveway made the whole thing feel routine, except nothing about today was going to be routine. "Amy, are you sure?" her best friend Amanda whispered as she helped Amy fix her hair in the kitchen. "Once you say it, you can't unsay it. And you know the internet's gonna go wild." Amy gave a dry laugh. "Amanda, they've already gone wild. I've seen the comments. People think I lost my kids. People think Michael's taking me to court. People think I've moved states. Might as well give 'em the truth." Amanda gave her a look. "Yeah, but the truth ain't exactly gonna calm 'em down." Filming started with light questions, updates on the boys, how she was adjusting to single mom life, her recent home renovations. But then the producer, Lindsay, leaned forward in her chair. "So, Amy," she said in that we're about to go there tone that only reality TV producers had mastered, "you know there's been a lot of talk online about custody. Are you ready to address that?" Amy took a deep breath, looking down at her hands. Her painted nails were chipped, something the makeup team had offered to fix, but she'd declined. She wanted people to see the realness, the messiness. "I guess we're doing this," she muttered. The living room went so still that even Gage, playing quietly with toy cars in the corner, seemed to pause. "Okay," Amy began, her voice steady but low. "Here's the truth. After me and Michael split, we had a lot of fights. Not just about the marriage, but about how to raise the boys. And it got bad. Like, courtroom bad." She swallowed hard, blinking fast. "I fought to keep full custody. I didn't want my boys shuffled around like luggage. But Michael, he fought too. And in the end, the judge decided on something different. Something I didn't expect." The producer leaned forward. "What was that?" Amy let the silence stretch, knowing every second would be TV gold. "I'm not just sharing custody with Michael," she finally said. "I'm sharing it with someone else too, someone I never thought I'd be co-parenting with." Amanda's eyes widened from off-camera. "Amy, it's Michael's mom." Even the cameraman let out a soft whoa before catching himself. Amy nodded, the words tasting strange even now. "Yep. The court decided that because of Michael's work schedule, and because he's living with his mama right now, she'd be the primary caregiver during his weeks. Which means when they're not with me, they're with her." The producers knew this was bigger than a soundbite, it was a storyline. And it wasn't just about the legal twist. Fans knew from past episodes that Amy's relationship with Michael's mom was tense, to put it mildly. There had been arguments over everything from feeding the boys junk food to letting them stay up late. Now, that woman would have just as much say in their daily lives as Amy herself. The moment the episode aired, months later, but filmed exactly as it happened, Twitter exploded. "Amy's MIL having custody? Oh, the drama is about to be next level. Can't believe the court did that to her. Feels like punishment for being a reality TV star. You'll know TLC is gonna milk this storyline until the cows come home." Instagram comment sections were just as brutal, with strangers debating whether Amy had lost custody entirely or if this was just a shared care arrangement. Amy, watching the premiere from her couch, just shook her head. She'd known the reaction would be big. She hadn't expected it to feel this heavy. The next big filming day was set at a neutral location, a park in town where the boys could play while the adults talked things out. Michael's mom, Janet, arrived first, sitting stiffly at a picnic table. Amy came later, pushing Glenn in his stroller, Gage skipping alongside her. The cameras caught every awkward glance. "You know I love these boys," Janet said first, her voice a mix of defensiveness and pride. "This isn't about taking them from you, Amy." Amy's jaw tightened. "It feels like it sometimes." "That's not fair," Janet shot back. "The court made this decision because I can be there when you and Michael can't. You work, he works. I make time," Amy interrupted, her voice breaking. "Even when I'm exhausted, even when I'm filming, even when I'm trying to figure out my life without him, I make time. You think I don't see how you try to be their mama when they're with you?" The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. And TLC's cameras caught every second. Of course, number £1,000 Sisters storyline would be complete without Tammy giving her 2 cents. During her next confessional interview, Tammy didn't hold back. "Look, I'm all for family helping out, but if someone tried to tell me my kids were gonna live with my ex's mama half the time? Oh hell no. I'd be raising Cain. Amy's stronger than me for even agreeing to that." Her words lit another fire online, with fans splitting into Team Amy and Team Court decision. What viewers didn't see right away was that Amy had already filed an appeal to adjust the arrangement. Her lawyer had warned her it could take months, maybe longer, but Amy was determined. "I just want my boys to have one home," she told Amanda late one night, sitting at the kitchen table surrounded by paperwork. "I don't care if it's perfect. I just don't want them confused about where they belong." Amanda squeezed her hand. "Then you fight for it, girl. And you make sure everyone knows you ain't giving up." The final episode of the season ended with Amy walking out of the courthouse, the camera zooming in on her face as she gave a small, determined smile. A producer asked from behind the lens, "So, how do you feel?" Amy looked straight into the camera. "Like I'm just getting started." The screen cut to black, followed by the whir.